Greetings everyone. Welcome to ProofWLSworks. This is Aisha, your Tuesday vlogger. And this week's topic, let's talk about number 2. Number 2 in the post-weight loss surgery journey. I don't even know, I never knew the struggle that there would be specifically in the early days. So this is pretty important stuff this week. So let's talk about number 2. What products, tools, or foods do you use to keep you regular? And is your regular post-op different than pre-op? I'm going to answer the second part of this question first. Is your regular, meaning regular bowel movements, post-op different than pre-op? Initially, absolutely. Pre-op was 100% regular. My routine as a pre-bariatric patient, going back to my late teens, I ate Raisin Bran every morning or Bran Flakes every morning. And so despite being obese or overweight at different intervals, I was always regular. And then of course pre-op, in my case I'm R&Y, and so pre-op I had a normal stomach and I could eat enough to make regular bowel movements. And so I had to make sure I had good colon health. I had some problems when I was 19 years old with my colon, and so I always had Bran Flakes or Raisin Bran, and I love me some Kellogg's Raisin Bran, and so that kept me regular. And so fiber first thing in the morning for me seemed to have worked over the years. So then cut to November 2010, I had laparoscopic R&Y, and post-op you're eating liquid, drinking liquid, then a tablespoon of this, that, or the other for weeks. And very high protein kept me from being regular. And so I brought along the products that helped, get me to where I am today, 21 months later. So initially after surgery, my surgeon, I'd be like, it's the rule is like 2 days and take some Phillips, milk of magnesia. It terrified me to go more than 2 days without a bowel movement, and it's just not healthy in general. And then I didn't feel good going more than 2 days, specifically coming from a lifestyle where, like clockwork, every single morning there was robust bowel movement. And so the rule was don't go more than 2 days, and if so, then you take a tablespoon or the serving of the milk of magnesia. And so that's where I started back November, December, probably into January when there was a problem. I was doing the Phillips, and this happens to be wild cherry. It's stimulant free, cramp free. And then the struggle continued. The bowel movements just weren't the same. I couldn't get a regular cycle going with the bowel movements, and I moved into senna tea leaves. So I would make some senna tea. I got this at the Vitamin Shop, and these tea bags would help me get my bowels going. And so this was an experiment, and it worked for the time being. And as time passed, I could eat a little bit more, and with eating more and adding a little fruit here or there, a little vegetable here or there, along with the protein, it began to help make me have better bowel movements. And again, I can't stress enough, anytime you go past a couple days with a bowel movement, it just isn't healthy, and I think that we should be doing everything we can to get the waste out of us. Another element to regular bowel movements is getting plenty of water. keeping the body hydrated. Water helps everything, skin, you know, bowels, everything it helps. And so making sure we get in the right amount of water. And then another weight loss surgery person, Mary Post in 1978, turned me on to a product called Natural Calm. And this I found at the vitamin shop as well. It's the anti-stress drink, balances your calcium intake, restores healthy magnesium levels, but ultimately it helps you go to the bathroom regularly. And it's very gentle. It's, like it says, it's a natural calm, so it takes some of the anxiety away if you're having any kind of stress issues. And it comes in different flavors. I just happen to get the plain. And so I tried this for a little while. You place the powder in a glass or mug with 2 to 3 ounces of hot water. It does fizz, but the point is it settles into nothing. So it's not like you're drinking anything fizzy. But it's a great product if you're having problems with your bowels, just as well as the Senna tea bags. But Natural Calm is in many of the vitamin shops and health food stores. And so Natural Calm was so calm and so chill that I wanted a little bit stronger magnesium. I wanted a harder hit. I needed to see my bowels move in a bigger way, and I went straight for magnesium citrate. And I found this at GNC, and this is 100% pure powder. So I would put a heaping teaspoon in 8 ounces of water, and I'm sorry, 1 level teaspoon in 8 ounces of water or juice, and I would use just like a sugar-free sweetener and have 8 ounces of water. And this magnesium citrate would do a phenomenal job on moving the bowels. It was what I needed during that particular season in the journey. And this is, I started using this around July of 2011, so I was about 8 or so months post-op. And this really, really helped me get my bowels going in the right way. But again, you know, the further out you get, the more you can eat, which then, you know, allows the body to push bigger, you know, stool through and all of that. And the body should begin to not need any assistance necessarily in moving the bowel. And then lastly, I just talked about my Metamucil recently in a video. This Clear and Natural, I get it at Walmart. I've seen it at Target. And it's about $12 for this little container. And it's at the drugstores too, and it's you know, in the $15 range in the you know, customary drugstore. So this heaping teaspoon of this goes in my morning protein shake. And my body, like I said, pre-op was used to bran first thing in the morning. And so when I began to add the Metamucil to my first thing in the morning food, if you will, which is a protein shake, it sort of regulated my system to the old days. And this has been really my saving grace. Even when I travel, every time I have to put my Metamucil in a protein shake. I tried some of the fiber gummies, the fiber chews that you can get at, you know, the local Walmart and Target. Some of those were just too, they created too much gas in my system for me. And so, so far the Clear and Natural has been my game changer. And, you know, I am 21 months post-op on the 16th of this month. And so I eat a lot more, and my body is regulating itself so that it, you know, makes regular bowel movements almost like clockwork, like the old days. But it took, you know, this was my journey. These are the products that I had used over the course of that time while I was trying to figure out, you know, what's going to work best for me. And so I had to learn to be patient with the process and to keep working at it. And so any of you early post-op people, be patient. find some products that work for you. Don't go more than 48 hours without a bowel movement if at all possible. Make sure that your colon health is a priority just as much as losing weight. But it is natural that the bowel movements slow down in the early days, and it should pick up as time goes on when you can eat more. And I certainly, had my struggles with hard stools, tough stools, painful, but it is our reality as weight loss surgery people, getting the body to adjust to this new normal and the way we have to eat protein first. And so I hope that this helps someone this week. This is the answer to the question from my perspective. If you're unfamiliar with my story, my YouTube channel is Grow and Be Gone here on YouTube, and I go by Shea Leonard on Facebook. And that's it for this Tuesday. And again, this is Aisha, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.